in studio, and I hope I get your names right here. We have Jeremy Harber and Scott Michael Hastings. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so there's a story, and first of all, I'm sorry for your loss. You lost your wife in July.
Yes.
All right, tell us what happened here.
Amy contracted leukemia in December of 2015. We thought she had the flu. She went to the ER, and we got the bad news. We battled it for 2 years. We stayed optimistic the whole time, but unfortunately, she succumbed in July of last year, July 1st.
So then after this happens, without you even knowing about this, there was a GoFundMe page set up.
Yeah, it's actually a You Caring. You Caring is like a GoFundMe, but it's a not-for-profit, so they don't take any of there's no fees.
No fees
involved.
taken.
Yes.
All right. But you didn't know anything about this page.
No, I was not aware until the day before Amy's wake. I was made aware.
All right. And then Scott, what happened then?
Well, around September-ish, he wondered where his money was.
Yeah.
And he started texting this woman that set up the page.
Do you have any idea how much money was raised in total?
We think it was about $4,500.
Okay.
And so he did receive a check from this person for $1,000, like the day, I believe, of Amy's wake.
Of the wake, yeah.
And September's coming. He's like,
so this is the day of the wake.
she gave.
And then the page was left open in case people wanted to give.
So it was said.
That's what I was told.
Yeah, yeah.
So after getting run around, poor Jeremy got a hold of that We Caring page.
Yeah.
And they said that the funds were 100% paid back in July.
To the checking account on file.
Okay, just nice and tight on that.
Oh, I'm sorry. To the account on file. They dispersed the funds to the checking account on file in July, according to them.
So that's all they did. I'll bet you they get this a lot.
I believe so. It sounded like that. And the thing was with them, like I said, they're not for profit, so they can't take any phone calls. This is what really tipped me off. The person involved kept telling me they were talking on the phone with them. And then so I said, can I get the number? She gave me a fake number, just some Cricket mobile number in New York City. I finally get a hold of them. I get a hold of them through email via chat. They say, hey, the whole account had been dispersed to the checking account on file in July. She's telling me they're going to be sending me a check certified. They're going to be doing this and that. And I knew the gig was up at that point.
And what was initially? Why did she set up the fund?
To help with finances for the funeral. Me and Amy are just working class people. We raised 4 kids. We were neither of us had a college degree. Economically depressed area, 2 recessions. But we did well. We never took public assistance. We worked our butt off. Yeah. We love our children. We volunteered in our community.
So you have 4 kids.
Yes, we each had a child when we met, and we had 2 together, and they all were raised within our family unit. Yes.
And this is a person who you know well, is kind of an acquaintance.
If I can be more specific, Amy grew up in the same neighborhood. Whether they were friends growing up, there was a physical altercation over a boy. This was before I even lived around here.
Okay.
And then they kind of went their separate ways in their adult life. They knew each other. I was aware of her. I was aware that they had grown up together, but she always kept her kind of at an arm's length. So I knew that they were friends from childhood, but I definitely wouldn't have counted her as someone in her close.
And I'm assuming when you first received a check for $1,000, this was at the wake.
I was actually at home after the wake.
That had to be very helpful.
It was, and I was very appreciative. A lot of people, there's been 2 donations. One, when Amy was sick to help with medical expenses, there was an actual GoFundMe that was separate from this. They raised about $6,000, and it really did help us a lot. There's a lot of trips to Rochester, staying home with the kids, running the house. So that was very helpful. And anybody who donated, I would like to say thank you so much. Because I thought I was in the amount of things that you have to do when you go through a situation like leukemia and with children. It is a lot, and it was very helpful. It helped a ton.
Meanwhile, you have 4 children in the mix, and they're watching their mom go through all this. That has to be just horrific.
Yes.
And then, so now you realize. At what point did you realize there was about $4,500 raised?
I actually never was checking on the site. My kids would actually say, "Oh, Dad, the account."
How old are the kids, by the way?
My kids range in age from 17 to 22.
Okay, so they're older.
They're older, yes.
And her child? Okay,
Amy's
all
is
4
22.
children. Obviously,
but I consider Jacob. He's my stepson, but he's my son. I love him. I've raised him since he was 2.
Understood.
He considers me the same.
Certainly
he has a
understand
good father as well, but we're very close.
That's awesome, and that means so much when everybody can get along.
Yes,
right?
yes, it helps.
So they're beginning to see what's going on here.
They are aware, unfortunately. I mean, I can't. They're too old for me to hide this
and they are the ones that knew that it was up to $4,500.
Yes.
So this woman is telling you they haven't paid. They've only given me the $1,000.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Checks in the mail.
Checks in the mail. Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. So then you report it.
Yes, I reported to the Whitesboro Police Department. Officer Grogan, he was great. I gave them, once I realized it was up, I kind of tried to get her into a text thing where I could kind of get her, and when I felt like I had enough evidence, and I wanted to be 100% sure because.
It's a pretty big accusation.
It's such a vile thing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be 100% sure. Once I was 100% sure, I went to the Whitesboro Police with all the evidence.
Do you think that she had good intentions in the very beginning and then just had some sort of a screw-up in her account and all of a sudden came short on money? Or do you think this was done to intentionally steal from you?
I can't say that for 100%, but in my heart, I know it was. I know it was.
I do want to say that WKTV is reporting that, and I'll just read from this, police have charged a woman with attempt to defraud after she allegedly took money that was intended to be used to cover funeral expenses. According to Whitesboro Police, they said they investigated. They believe they're bringing justice to a family who had fallen on hard times. Amy Morrissey passed away with leukemia, and the person arrested, is it here?
It is in the bottom of the article. It is at the bottom of the article.
At the bottom of the story.
That is
Bielinski?
That is the person, yes.
I can't see where that... Rochelle Bielinski.
That is correct.
And that's now. Obviously, she's innocent until proven guilty, but she has been arrested by authorities.
Yes.
Clearly, though, you believe that this was done intentionally.
I believe it was premeditated. A lot of people reached out to me with other stories. I won't get into them, obviously, because I don't know if they are true. Believe me, I'm the kind of guy, if she had come to me in August and said, I fell on hard times and I had to use that money, you can ask anybody. I would have been a sucker and been like, okay, that's a horrible thing you did. But, I'll let you pay me back over a couple years or whatever. Right. And I want to tell anybody who's ever involved in something like this, do not do that. The police advise me, if you do that type of thing, then you've entered into a contract and it becomes a civil matter. So if that's the situation, if you're ever found yourself in this type of situation, I would just cut the person out that you believe is doing you wrong, get your facts together, go to the cops.
There's nothing worse than doing this at a time when people are going through such a terrible.
If it was $3,000 out of my car,
right?
If it was anything, it wouldn't have.
This is such a personal violation,
and I'm still a working class man. But if the DA came to me and said, "Hey, we got restitution, we're going to drop the charges," I'd say, "I don't care about the money. I really want to see this through because I feel like she violated the memory with me and my children of sensitive time. So it's more than the money. The money is not the incident.
This girl even stood up at the funeral and spoke.
Yeah.
So you're at a very vulnerable time. It's a vulnerable time for people. What do you want to? Coming on here today, what do you want to say to people that might be put in this position down the road? People aren't thinking straight when they go through a loss of a family member.
I've seen a lot of people that are going against the crowdfunding sites. I actually like crowdfunding sites. Just be careful. Make sure the people who are supposed to get the money. And it's better, if you know a person personally, go to them. Just be a heads up. It's tough to say because at that time, believe me, the last thing on my mind was money or this kind of thing ever happening. Mm-hmm. I was focused on my children, focused on, taking care of the things that need to be taken care of. It was not on money. Money was the last thing.
Well, and despite the fact that you went through, I can't imagine the financial stress you guys went through during treatment and everything else. And then
she was a bartender, so you get if you imagine a lot of that income is we struggled. I cashed in all my retirement funds. I did everything I could to try to make it as easy for her and my children as I could, and I'm proud of the way I handled the situation. I just couldn't believe she did this because, like I said, it felt like me and my son were talking about going kayaking this spring. We're trying to get back to life, and then it's like right back into it again. Because this happened.
Draws you right back in.
You know what I mean? So, but I'm staying positive, and we are going to get out and.
Well, I appreciate you telling your story. I'm sorry you had to go through this additional bit of misery, but thanks for telling your story.
I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate you getting my story out there, and just want to say Amy was a beautiful person. Everyone who knew her loved her. She was unique, beautiful, brave, and I will fight for her to make sure she gets justice on this.
Okay. I appreciate your time, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We will break and come back at WIBX.